Robert A. Hyland once said, "Love is that condition in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own." That is from his book, Stranger on a Strange Island. Imagine a country that bases their sustainable development on happiness and love only. That's what the country of Bhutan does. The GNH, or Gross National Happiness, is something not commonly known, but is a very cool concept that should be known around the world and should be used around the world as well. And there are many positives to the situation. Bhutan figured out how to have a better economy and village that will last a lot longer than many other countries. They have possibly figured out a secret to life, and it's time other countries know about it. So what is gross national happiness? According to GHNCenterbhutan.org, gross national happiness is a holistic and sustainable approach to development which balances material and non-material values with the conviction that humans want to search for happiness. The objective of GHN is to achieve a balanced development in all the facets of life that are essential for our happiness. And Bhutan was the first country to do that. According to SchumacherCollege.org, with its start in 1972, it was first coined by the fourth king of Bhutan, King Jigme Signe Wanchu. And so what does the definition mean? To break it down, Bhutan wanted to try to live in a world where all their citizens would be happy. Instead of focusing on the payments and how the citizens would get their next meal, they mainly focused on the social support from others, the generosity each other gave each other, and the secret on how the people who live the longest, how they accomplished that and how they managed to do that. King Jigme Signe Wanchu, and here is a picture of him, was the fourth king of Bhutan. He began to question the GDP and wondered if there was anything that could help his village from crumbling. And he thought, why not bring happiness into it and the well-being of the society of Bhutan and see how that works. And with that saying, with his saying came this. He declared that gross national happiness is more important than gross domestic product, according to OFI.org. GNH, or Gross National Happiness, was created and began to grow and create miracles every time it came about. It finally realized the 9 pillars of happiness, but we'll get to that later. With seeing the success of Gross National Happiness grow, each new king of Bhutan accepted Gross National Happiness with their arms wide open and allowed it to spread the joy that it was leaving everywhere. So why Bhutan of all places? So according to everyculture.com, Bhutan is located in the northern areas of South Asia and in the eastern Himalayan mountains. And the population of this is around 600,000 people, but the citizens of that believe that is a much more bigger number than it is because of the fast-growing minority population in that area. They believe that the number could be 2, 3, or 4 times the number of that. How Gross National Happiness got to Bhutan before everywhere else is from the king who invented it, which was the fourth king of Bhutan. And they were the first ones to try out the 9 pillars of happiness, which showed that it succeeded. So you may be asking, what are the 9 pillars of happiness, you ask? And every time you bring it up, you come with this circle of, inside it says the gross national happiness, and then around it shows what represents the 9 pillars of happiness. And obviously you cannot read it that well, so I'll explain to what they are. The 9 pillars are living standards, education, health, environment, community vitality, time use, psychological well-being, good governance, and cultural resilience and promotion. So some stats of happiness, according to forestateofhappiness.org, shows that the happiness in the lives in Bhutan have gone up dramatically. They have increased so much, and it's weird how well it did. And this shows that the lives are being lived longer. And if you compare it to the United States right now, Bhutan has been number 1 for multiple years, while the U.S. is number 14 on the list. So Bhutan is doing something right, and maybe the U.S. should look on that more. So happiness should be a key in every country's government. But as you can see in this world, that's not happening a lot, especially in the U.S. with the recent school shootings and everything else that is happening. But we need more of the happiness here and everywhere around the world. With how GNH has rapidly continued to grow and make Bhutan a better place means that more countries need to know about this and take into consideration putting it into how their government is working. We know how great GNH can change the world, and it's time that we start using it in